Assalamu alaikum everybody. Inshallah in this video we'll take more practice for order of operations because some students thought that usually we'll do adding before subtracting. Of course that's not, because I have to follow the steps of the order of operations, which is firstly brackets, firstly parentheses, then brackets, then which inside the braces, then multiply and divide in order from left to right, then add and subtract in order from left to right. So let's take many questions in this video. Let's solve many questions in this video to show the idea one more time. So as I said to you before, you have to memorize the word which is BODMAS. As you know that B for brackets, parentheses, and braces, and O for order, and D for divide, M for multiply, A for add, S for subtract. But O here is so important, which is for multiply and divide together. That means if there's a question has multiply and divide, so what do you have to do first? Yes, you have to follow this letter O, which is order. Means do which comes first on the left. And O also for add and subtract means which comes first on the left, do. So the first question he said which operation you should do first. If I said 7 minus 1 times 5. Of course, this one is clear. If you follow the word which is BODMAS, of course you can know that you have to multiply first. So which operation should you do first here? Of course you have to multiply first. One more question. 8 minus 4 plus 1. Okay, what do you have to do here first? If you looked at the word which is BODMAS, of course you can find letter A comes before letter S. That means I have to add before subtract, and that's no, because you didn't notice letter O. Letter O here for order of adding and subtracting together. That means let's do which comes first on the left for adding and subtracting. So in this question, which is 8 minus 4 plus 1, you have to subtract first because minus comes first on the left. So which operation should you do it first here? You have to minus first. Of course, you have to subtract first. One more example. 3 divided by 9 minus 6 times 2. Of course, it's clear. Look at the first letter, which is brackets, parentheses, or braces. Of course, in this question, there are parentheses here, so you have to do which inside the parentheses, which is subtract. The other question, which is 5 times 2 plus 4 minus 4. What do you have to do also? Of course, yes, you have to do which inside the parentheses, which is add. Okay, what about the other part? How can you find the value of any expression? Okay, what will you do? As I said, also follow the order of operations, which is brackets, which is parentheses, brackets, braces, then multiply and divide in order from left to right, then add and subtract in order from left to right. So what about this question? If I said find the value of each expression, and if I want to find the value of this expression, which is 6 times 2 plus 3 divided by 10, what will you do? Of course, you have to follow the steps. Firstly, parentheses, brackets, braces, multiply and divide in order from left to right, then add and subtract in order from left to right. So what do you have to do here first? Of course, you have to do which inside the parentheses, which is 2 plus 3. What about 6 times divided by 10? Of course, you have to keep them down as they are. Then do now which inside the parentheses, which is 2 plus 3. Of course, it's gonna be 5. After that, multiply and divide. If you looked at the word, you can find letter D comes before letter M. So I have to divide first? Of course, no. You didn't notice here letter O. Letter O is for order. Means do which comes first on the left. Which comes first on the left here? Of course, times comes first. So you have to multiply first. If divide comes first, you have to divide first. If multiply comes first, you have to multiply first. So for this question, because he said 6 times 5 first, you have to multiply, then divide at the end. So divide by 10, keep it, and 6 times 5, of course, is going to be 30. Then 30 divided by 10 now equals 3. So the value of that expression is gonna be 3. One more example, one more question. If I want to evaluate, if I want to find the value of this expression, which is 20 minus 3 times 4 divided by 6. If someone said I have to do which comes first on the left, that means I'll do minus first, of course he will be wrong. Because, as I said to you, multiply and divide are stronger than add and subtract. So you have to multiply and divide first. And that's the second step in order of operations, of course. So I have to multiply or divide, as I said in the previous example. So you have to multiply first. So what about 20 minus? Keep it down as it is. And divide by 6, also keep it down as it is. Then multiply 3 by 4, which is going to be, yes, which is going to be 12. After that, what do you have to do? Of course, yes. I'll minus or divide. Yes, of course, I have to divide first. So what will I divide here? Divide 12 by 6. 12 by 6 equals, yes, of course, equals 2. So what about 20? 20, keep it down as it is. Then minus, also keep it down as it is. Then 12 divided by 6, of course, equals 2. And finally, subtract 20 and 2, which equals 18. So the value of the expression is gonna be 18. One more idea about inserting parentheses. If I say, for example, insert parentheses to make this statement true. If I want to insert a parentheses here for this expression to get 12, exactly where can you put the parentheses to get 12? If someone will say, maybe I'll put it anywhere to get 12, of course, no, it must be correctly. So if someone said, I'll put it for 3 multiplied by 2, I'll say for him, yes, okay, no problem with that. Let's check if it's correct or no. Maybe it will be correct. So let's put the parentheses for 3 multiplied by 2, and we want to check if the answer is going to be 12 or not. So now let's solve that question to get the answer. If the answer will be 12, of course, this is that place, of course, will be correct. If it is not, so I'll check another place. So what will I do first? Let's do which inside the parentheses, which is 3 times 2. What about 7 minus 4? Of course, keep them down as it is. Then 3 by 2, which is gonna be 6. Now this one became 7 minus 6 plus 4. After that, of course, yes, I'll subtract first. So because minus comes first on the left, minus and a plus are in the same question. What will you do? So do minus first because minus comes first on the left. 7 minus 6, which is gonna be 1, plus 4, which is gonna be 5. This is not 12. So I think this the place of the parentheses here, of course, is not correct. It's wrong. So you have to check another place. So you have to try to put the parentheses in another place to get 12. Okay? Someone else will say, yes, I want to put the parentheses for 7 minus 3. So if you put them here, okay, no problem. Let's check that. Maybe this one would be correct. Maybe it is incorrect. So check it with another place. So let's check this one now. 7 minus 3. What will you do with 7 minus 3? Of course, you have to do it inside the parentheses first, which is 7 minus 3 will be 4. So what about times 2 and plus 4? Keep them down as they are. Then 7 minus 3 is gonna be 4. Yes. After that, what do you have to do first? Of course, I have to multiply first, which is 4 times 2 will be 8, and keep 4 down as it is. Then 4 times 2, as I said to you, 8. Then finally, 8 plus 4 is gonna be 12. Yes, it is correct. So this place is of course is correct. So you have to put the parentheses with 7 minus 3. I think that I explained everything in the lesson, and that's it, guys. Thank you.